Sweet Yogis, welcome to episode 3 of our prenatal shorts. So we've worked through the hips, we've worked through the spine, we worked on open hip relaxation yesterday, different Shavasana techniques, and today we'll be working on heart openers, hip openers, and some pelvic floor exercise. Cool thing about pelvic floors, it's something that you can do on or off the mat. You can do it while driving. It's Kegling essentially. So sometimes we don't really like to talk about it. That's okay. We make it to our mat and you're in a safe place. For virtual yoga, you're in the comfort of your own home. So pelvic floor exercises are always readily accessible to you. Grab your blanket. You'll need it in a bit. Grab a block or a book. Textbook works fine, and multiple blankets might serve you well. A pillow or a bolster. You see behind me I have a bolster. This is a yoga bolster. It's basically just like a little lumbar pillow. So go grab those things. I'll give you a moment to get moving and a grooving. And we'll start seated. So give yourself a safe second here just to find yourself in an easy sit, Sukhasana, Sukha. And settle in. Deep breath in through your nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest, and you feel that breath into your nostril rings, left and right, and just notice, not trying to change anything, we're just noticing, ladies. One more big breath here. Again, not trying to change anything, just trying to notice where the breath comes in. Flick your eyes open if you softened your gaze. Let's switch the direction of our feet. So put your opposite foot on top and your crisscross, easy sit. And now we'll start to straighten out through the spine, especially if you came today and you were a little bit tight, maybe forward facing. And just from the side, all I mean is I want us to sit down on your sits bones and stack your shoulders over your hips and find your posture. Find like a good, solid base of support, core engaged, supported posture. And we'll take our hands to our lap, and you can interlace them if it feels good to you. Deep breath in through the nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest. Take a gentle pause at the top, and then exhale. Empty out all the stagnant air at the base of your belly. Let's try it again. Deep breath in through your nose, belly opens, ribs expand, chest lifts, and then exhale. Make that wave of breath move back down to the base of your belly. Empty out all that stagnant, icky air. You don't need it. Beautiful. Let's take a couple more of these. And last deep diaphragmatic breath, knowing the why behind we breathe. We're toning the muscles of the diaphragm. When we're pregnant, our diaphragm actually moves up a full 2 inches. And when that happens, it has less space to breathe big. So we're just giving it a little bit of help here. We're also calming the nervous system. We're moving out of this fight or flight and moving into the rest and digest space. Beautiful. Flicker your eyes open if you took them soft. And let's take our feet out in front of us for a forward fold. So your feet are out in front of you. Feet are flexed, toes towards the kneecaps. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out. It's a slow forward fold. The first one's always the hardest. Yawning the backs of the knees open. Engaging the musculature of your quads to fold. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And from here, inhale, look up. Exhale, release your feet. Cross your ankles in front of you, plant your hands. Let's step it back into box pose. And in box pose, I want us to curl under the toes. My mat gets bunched on carpet. If you can relate, flatten out your mat. Okay, curl under your toes. Your palms are pushing into the earth, heels driving down of your palm, thumb driving down and pointer finger. So we're getting all of the tension out of the wrist. And as you curl under your toes, your knees will hover up off the mat for maybe, an inch, maybe 2 inches. And now we engage our shoulders. So widen through your shoulders, gaze to your navel. We're finding a cervical spine stretch here. And let's count to 10, just in your mind's eye. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop your knees. Toes touch. Take your knees pretty wide. Grab a blanket. Place it right underneath your forehead. And shift your hips back. The blanket finds your face. And this should feel really good, like a soft land. You can take one ear to the pillow or to the blanket. Beautiful. And then take the opposite ear to the blanket. Coming back up through center. Let's get into the hips and into the spine. Curl under your toes, downward facing dog. Down dog is an inverted V. Your hips are high. You can keep a bend in the knees. Shift some weight into your thumb and your pointer finger. Shift some weight back to your toes. Hips go as high as they can. And there's lots of room for your belly. If you need to even take your feet the width of your mat, that's great too. And from here, inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, let's take a little walk to the top of our mat. Feet in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Keep a little bend in your knees. Roll all the way up to standing, your head being the last thing to come up. And if you are dizzy, I invite you to take a seat. If you're not dizzy, let's go through our Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, arms up, reach up. This is a sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold, meant to flex and extend the spine. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk it back. Plank. From plank, we can either stay in plank or shift to down dog. If you want to take a vinyasa, inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Roll over the toes, up dog or cobra. Exhale, curl under the toes, hips high, down dog. Let's try it again. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or float to the top of your mat. Slowly roll all the way up, bone by bone, getting to the top of your space. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or float. Plank, chaturanga. Roll through, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Step the right foot in between your hands. Back knee down. Top of the back foot down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, modified crescent lunge. Beautiful. Make a basket with your hands and place it right at your thigh. And from here, we're taking our gaze down. And this subtle gaze down movement is going to open up your hip flexor. It's weird how it happens, but immediately when you take your gaze down, your hip flexor says hello. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hips go back for your Ardha Hanumasana. This is half split, so you can sit on your heel and take your face down to this right leg. And it's very subtle. It also can be more of a restorative, so you take a blanket with you and you can fold over the blanket or the pillow. Again, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but if you have stretched here before and you've gone pretty deep, it's okay to go there. If you haven't gone into like a full split before, prenatal yoga isn't the really time to do it because you are more bendy just based on hormones. So take note of where you've been and don't go too far. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold. Big, generous breaths. Breathe in. Exhale. Beautiful. Walk your hands up, frame your front foot. And we'll curl under this back toe. Step the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Step the left foot in between the hands. Back knee down, top of the foot down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Modified crescent lunge. Make your hands into a basket and place them right on top of your thigh. Take your gaze down, slow, slow, slow. Stop when you start to feel it in your right hip, right in your hip flexor. Belly in, knit your ribs back. Beautiful breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, shift your hips back so both your hip points stay nice and even until they find the mat. And we take a breath to here as we take Janusirsasana, head to knee pose. Left foot stays flexed. You're seated on the right heel. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. And we'll plant our hands on either side of our left foot, curl under the back toes, step that left foot back, down dog. Walking out our feet, bending one knee, straightening the opposite leg. This works really, really well. Just to stretch out your calves, your hamstrings, your upper back. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg lifts through your three-leg dog. Exhale, take the right knee down. So you are in a quadruped with your left leg extended. For your spinal balance today, I want us to see if we can take the right hand in front of us, but keeping your belly knitted back and your ribs in, not overarching your back. We are one straight, beautiful line of energy. Beautiful. Bend the back leg, reach around, see if you can catch the top of your foot. If you caught the top of your foot, awesome. If you're still reaching for it, just keep this left knee bent, heel driving up. One day you will catch it, I promise. Beautiful. Inhale, extend, and exhale, take the right hand down, left knee down. From here, we extend the right foot, flexed, left hand, thumb up. Beautiful. Bend the back leg, reach around, see if you can find a quick bind here. Nice fluid breath. Inhale, extend, and exhale, hand down. Knee down, and curl under your toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or lightly float. You're at the top of your mat in a forward fold. Take your hands to your sacrum, your low back, palms interlaced. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, bend your knees deep. Take your hands up and over for Uttanasana. Beautiful shoulder opener. Without whipping your hands apart, let's move all the way up, up to standing for some balance. Okay, balance is super important when we're pregnant because our center of gravity starts to shift forward. We bring it back to center with some balancing postures. It starts with posture. Yoga incorporates posture, especially in these one leg standing balances. So the more we can stand on our feet, especially one foot at a time, the more our balance will improve as well as our posture. So if you have a wall handy, you can grab a wall if it feels okay. If you don't need a wall, obviously you don't have to use a wall. But when I was pregnant, it just helped. It just helped. No ego, no judgment. Even if you've been doing yoga for years and years and years, use a wall. Okay, tree pose. All the weight is in your left foot. Let's take tree pose. Vrksasana, your right foot underneath the knee or above the knee, never on the knee. If you'd like to go into a more difficult variation, you can flip the top of the foot up to go into your half lotus tree pose. If you still are like, give me a little bit more, Sarah, I get it. From here, we can move right into Ardha Baddha. Take your right hand behind you, catch your toes. Okay, inhale, lengthen through your left hand, and then stay here. We can fold all the way down. If you are in tree pose today, I want us to stay in tree pose, taking the arms up with the option to take them out, the option to close the eyes. If you close your eyes, make sure you brace yourself just in case you lose your balance. And the reason we close our eyes is it throws our neurons off balance. So it's just, more signal communication from the foot to the brain. This is brain health. Beautiful. If your eyes are open, use one pointed focus to find something in your room that will not move. Direct all of your energy, all of your intention and awareness to that one point. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Breathing and balancing, whether you are in tree or Ardha Baddha. Beautiful. Take 2 more breaths here. I'm going to exit the pose just for a moment. Coming out of these poses, if you're in a forward fold with your Ardha Baddha, look up, micro bend the left knee, whoa. And with control, we come all the way up. Feet meet, you're at the top of your mat. All right, shake out both your feet, shake out your legs. And from here, inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, reach over to the right side, lateral stretch. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, reach left. Beautiful, inhale, back to center. Take your feet together. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back in an airplane chair. Again, inhale up, moving through this chair flow vinyasa. Exhale, swing your hands back, chair. One more time, inhale. Exhale, swing your hands back, chair. This time we take your right knee into your chest. Give it a little squeeze. Your right heel will move on top of your left leg. Slowly start to sink your hips back for standing pigeon or figure 4. Great time to use a wall. If you don't need a wall, try your balance again. This is our second iteration of balance on the left foot. We're opening up through the right side hip. We are really leveraging the strength of our left leg here. Power up. Beautiful, inhale, extend the leg, and exhale, top of your mat, arms at your side body. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, hinge to the left. Back to center, breathe in. Exhale, over to the right. Beautiful, inhale up, and exhale, hands to heart. Move to your wall, please. And we'll take Vrksasana tree pose on the opposite side. So all 4 corners of your right foot are rooted into the ground. You can take your left foot underneath or on top of your knee. Great place to be, keeping your hip points in one line, hands to heart. You can also take your arm up or out, eyes open or closed. That's up to you. If that was too easy and you're like, give me something extra, Ardha Baddha, Padottanasana is waiting for you. You can take with or without the behind the back bind. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, forward fold. All right, so a bunch of places to go today. No hurry to get anywhere too fast. Taking 5 or so breaths with whatever pose you chose. Get out of this, micro bend the right knee and extend the right arm up first and then release the foot. If you're in tree pose, give yourself a couple more breaths here. Using that wall for support. Straight spine. Head is nice and long, like there's a string pulling the crown of your head to the ceiling. Beautiful. And then we'll close it. Inhale, arms up, top of your mat. Exhale, hinge, arms back, fly. Inhale, this time we rise to our tippy toes just for a moment. Exhale, bend your knees, drive down through the heels, arms back. Last time, inhale, up, and exhale, flat. Inhale, take this left leg into your chest, give it a little squeeze here before we move into our figure 4 or your standing pigeon. So that left hip will open, heel on top of the right leg, shift your hips back. Sternum stays nice and lifted, chest is high, gaze is up, hands at prayer or at a wall. Beautiful. Let's take like three breaths here. I just love using the wall in these poses. It kind of gives you a different plane to play with, and you might even feel different sensations because you're working different angles in the body. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, you're at the top of your mat. All right, let's move to the mat for a little bit of pelvic floor work. If you have that pillow or that book or block, I want you to grab it and take a seat on it. So you can sit on a pillow, You can sit on a block. If you have a book and it's kind of hard, you can even throw a blanket on top of a book so that it's just a little bit softer for your seat. All right, so pelvic floor exercises are something that we don't talk about often, but it'll be like at your annual, your doctor's like, have you been doing your Kegels? And most of the time they only really ask you that when you're pregnant, but it's something that should be done pretty much continuously for our entire lives. So for pelvic floor health, we'll take a couple in and outs here. Deep breath in, beautiful, deep breath out. All right, and we have found an easy sit. Easy sit, you can also take a full or half lotus. Half lotus would be where you take this right foot and you take it to your hip crease. Both knees down, hips are higher than your knees. That's why we sit on a block, just to give us a little bit more support. All right, work your posture, move a little bit, and then find some stillness. So our pelvic floor is engaged right now. So if you think of your pelvic floor as an energy lock, this is Mula Bandha. This is our lowest bandha. And we're squeezing everything up and in. You're squeezing your bathroom muscles. Everything's up and really, really tight. Okay, take a deep breath in through your nose. On your exhale, release your bathroom muscles. Just release the bandha. All right, let's do it again. Inhale, we're squeezing everything up and in. We're really squeezing our pelvic floor. I know it's kind of weird, but it's healthy pelvic floor. On your out breath, release. So on your out breath, we're releasing. Again, inhale, squeeze. And exhale, release. All right, this time we're switching it up. So exhale, you've released. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, you're still holding. Beautiful. Inhale, release. It's kind of like it tricks you. So on the inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze and tone. Inhale, release. Now you kind of find your rhythm. Exhale, squeeze and tone. And inhale, release. So if we can just start to sync that with your movement or your breath during the day, nobody has to know but you, but it will tone the walls of the vagina. It will make like carrying the baby a little bit easier if you're having any like pubic symphysis pain or anything. Kegels can help. It will also help with delivery and postpartum. So just recovering, getting those muscles back and toned nicely. If you have more questions about that, please send me a message and we can, chat more one-on-one. It's kind of hard to know what you guys are experiencing, but that's just kind of some things that I worked through when I was pregnant and beyond, is syncing the breath with the pelvic floor movement. And again, nobody has to know what you're doing. You do it in your car, you can do it while you're, doing whatever, work at the house or laundry, whatever you do. Okay, arms up, reach up, big breath in, and exhale, hands to heart. We'll take a gentle twist over to the right. Every twist starts at the chest, so we're not, super contracted here. We're nice and open. Allowing more space to enter the rib cage with every inhale, and then on your exhale, taking a little bit of turn. And the turn kind of starts from the head, chest. Belly doesn't turn much. Belly's kind of at the diagonal. Beautiful. Let's take it back to center and then turn to the left. Inhale, open, and then on your exhale, turn. Look back. Beautiful. Let's come back out. And we'll all move into our backs. And if you have so with your blanket ready, we need our blanket to pad the hips anytime we're on our back. Just put that right underneath our sacrum and recline all the way down to your back. All right, let's take our left leg up And take some circles here. See if we can take our left peace fingers, or maybe both of our hands to our foot. If you need to bend your knee to get here, we can go there. You can take peace fingers to your big toe, lengthen out through the back of your leg, and this right knee can stay bent or you can keep it straight. It's just preference. Big breaths in and big breaths out. These are pretty active stretches, so on each inhale we want to feel some lengthening, whether it's in the spine or in the back of the leg, and every exhale, sink and soften, pull the leg closer to your face. Beautiful, one more breath. Bend your left knee, straighten out your right leg if you haven't already, and we're opening up to a half happy baby. You can also grab the outside edge of your left foot, keeping your right hip point where it is. We're opening and breathing. One more big breath here. Beautiful. Let's cross the ankle over the knee, just like we did standing, except this time we are reclined, and we'll pull everything in, hug it close into the midline. You might not need to pull it too much to feel it. We're looking for a sensation along the left side hip and the left leg. Beautiful. We'll take both feet down and we'll windshield wiper the legs. Keeping the left foot where it is, extend the right leg to the sky, and with your big toes to your fingers, let's take a reach here. You can also reach with both hands, and again, bend the knee if you can't reach the foot. Make the pose work for you. Beautiful. And 3 breaths here, in through the nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, your chest, and out through the nose, chest, ribs, belly. Slowly start to bend this right knee, and you can straighten out this left leg. Grab from the outside edge of the right foot. We're opening up. Beautiful. And then we'll bend the left leg, stack the right heel or the ankle on the left leg, and pull everything in for your hip stretch, your supine pigeon. And slowly releasing here. We'll take the feet again, windshield wiper left, windshield wiper right. Beautiful. And take the right leg out, left leg out about the width of your mat. Turn your palms up, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Breathe and rest. Your meditation begins now.